Okay guys, went out and shot another couple of hogs tonight. They're not nearly the size the other one was that I did the testing on. The other one we shot was 226. This one right here came in just under 200. That one right there came in about 186, I think is what he was on the scales. Both these two hogs still have pretty decent shields on them. Both of these two hogs are hogs that people see out every day. I say every day. See them pretty regular. And then you shoot them and don't find them. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to try a few different arrows out of a couple different bows. I got a few critiques since my last video. What people want to see is they want to see my two bows. One of them is an Omen, a PSE Omen, got a 29-inch draw length, cranked up to 74.5 pounds. Out of that bow, normally, I'm going to shoot these Easton Axis full metal jackets. These are 15.5 grains per inch on these. Broadhead's 125 grains, got a 75 grain brass insert in the end. These arrows right here come in about 700 grains, maybe just a hair below, right about 700 grains on these arrows. The other arrows that and that's the ones that I shoot out of the PSE Omen, 29-inch draw length. These arrows right here are going to be traveling about 260 feet per second. This bow's rated the IBO speed 366. In the real world, you don't get that. So we're going to be shooting out of the Omen tonight. And I'm actually going to shoot the lighter arrows out of the Omen also. We're going to see what the lighter arrows into these hogs do versus the heavier arrow out of that, and see what the momentum difference is. The other thing we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be shooting what in my last video we called a deer bow. It's a Matthews Switchback XT. Again, it's cranked up to 72 pounds. 29-inch draw length on it also. IBO speed on it's 315 feet per second. With these 400 grain arrows, we're going to be shooting about 270. Kinetic energy on these two bows, this one right here is about 99, 100, somewhere in there. This one right here is about 65. And that's with the 400 grain arrows out of the Switchback, and that's with the about 700 grain arrow out of the Omen. Now, whenever I shoot this heavier arrow out of the Switchback, I don't know what the kinetic energy is. We're just going to see what the results are. We're going to be shooting these hogs at 20 yards tonight. We've got 3 different blades here. First blade we got is we're going to take the lighter arrow, we're going to put a 2-blade, cut on contact, and we're going to shoot in there. Straight 2-blade. A lot of people use these for hog hunting, say you get better penetration. Right behind that one, we're going to shoot a 4-blade. This is a 4-blade Muzzy. This is a 2-blade Magnus. Both these are 100 grains. Both these arrows weigh right about 400 grains. These are Easton Axis 400s. 9.5 grains per inch on both of these. Again, on the heavier arrow, we're going to be shooting a 4-blade Stinger. Really, I like to call it a 2-blade with bleeders, but they call it a 4-blade, so it's a 4-blade Stinger on this one. Again, cut on contact head. We're going to let all these arrows fly right into these hogs, and then we're going to come back and check them. Now, as my disclaimer, I'm not used to shooting this arrow out of the Switchback, and I'm not used to shooting these arrows out of the Omen. It might take me a few shots to hit where I'm supposed to. I don't know how they're going to fly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over there. We're going to get about 20 yards away, and we're going to shoot these hogs. Heavy arrows, light arrows, more powerful bow, not so powerful bow. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, we're going to shoot these 2 arrows. We already shot the Muzzy 3-blade, but we missed the shot. Something happened. It's stuck in the shield down there. I can't get it out. We'll go look at the results in a minute. What we're going to do now is we're going to shoot these 2 arrows. First arrow being coming in about 400 grains to cut on contact with the Magnus 2-blade. Right in the shield. The next arrow being Easton full metal jacket, 125 grain Stinger, 75 grain brass insert, coming in around 700 grains, maybe just a hair less. Right in the shield. Okay, we just shot these 3 bows. The first arrow that was shot, the Muzzy 3-blade, it was 125 grain on here because my 100 grain got stuck in this hog over here and I can't get it out. We missed the shot on that one. I was going to come and reshoot it, but it's stuck. The next arrow that we shot, arrow's weighing about 400 grains, typical deer setup. This has got the 2-blade on it. It's stuck right in the shield. These arrows right here are as close to comparing all three shots as I can possibly get. They're all within about 2 inches of one another. The last arrow that I shot, it's a little bit farther forward, didn't catch as much of the shield, but I think we would have got the same results anyway. A heavier arrow. This is the 700. It's about 700 grains. This is the full metal jacket with the 4-blade stinger on it. We're not looking at that much difference in penetration here. That's our penetration difference. This hog right here has got a real thick shield for being as small as he is. He's what, 180 pounds, 186 pounds. Forgot what I said he was weighed on the scale. Right in there somewhere. Not a big hog. We don't find this hog with any of these arrows out of the switchback. Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk back down there and we're going to shoot him with the omen. And we're going to try and put one right in the same spot, and we're going to see what the difference is. The omen's got a much higher kinetic energy. I'm going to leave these arrows in here. We're going to let them fly. Okay, now we're going to shoot the same hog with the PSE omen with the heavier arrow, cranked up to 74.5 pounds, 29-inch draw length. Let it fly. Watch what happens. Down there and get it. Okay, this right here, PSE omen, heavier arrow, put into the same hog that these arrows right here couldn't even get through to make a kill shot. We're going to go back and we're going to shoot this arrow again. I'm going to try and buzz it right past these. I think that shot hit somewhere right there. We're going to try and get it right in there again. Let's watch it real close. Let's see if we can get the same results. Okay, upon reevaluating this shot here, we didn't hit low. We actually busted the knock off of this arrow right here. So we hit right in here somewhere. We busted the knock, cut the vein. We hit right in here, blew straight through him. Pretty much the exact same spot. Might have been an inch lower, maybe an inch higher, I don't know, somewhere right in there. But that right there tells you the difference in the heavier arrow and the more powerful bow. What we're going to do now is we're going to shoot the lighter arrow out of the omen, and we're going to see what our penetration difference is. So let's try that and see what happens. Okay, now we're going to take the PSE omen. We're going to shoot this Easton Axis 400 out of it with the 100 grain Muzzy 4-blade on it. We're going to put it right into the shield. We'll try and put it right in the shield. I've never shot this arrow out of this bow before. Not sure where it's going to go. Should hit close. We're going to put it right in the shield. We're going to see what the difference is. Lighter arrow, higher poundage, or higher, faster shooting bow into the same hog shield. Okay, here's where we're at. The PSE omen with the heavy arrow put the arrow on the other side of the hog, blew all the way through it. We hit right in the same ballpark as the rest of these three. We were right there, pretty much the same. PSE omen with the lighter arrow, this right here is the penetration we got. We're about 2 inches higher than these other shots here, but that's the penetration we got with the PSE omen and the lighter arrow. About a 400 grain arrow. Whenever we start talking about the switchback, shooting about 270 feet per second with these lighter arrows, there really wasn't much penetration. There was really barely any penetration difference in these two arrows. The 3-blade didn't go in quite as far as the 2-blade. Neither one of them's a kill shot on this hog. This arrow right here, the heavier arrow out of the switchback, slides in and out easy. We got past the shield, we got past the scapula, we got past the rib cage. This arrow right here is in some blood vessels. It makes things happen. This hog dies. You might find it, you might not. You don't have a lot of penetration. Now, for this hog being as small as he is, he does have a very thick shield on him. He's got a thicker shield than that hog right there. He's got about the same thickness of shield, maybe a little bit thicker than that 226 I shot the other night. It's a perfect test hog to show you exactly what your kinetic energy does for you what your momentum does for you on these heavier arrows. What I'm saying out of this right here, if I took a 500 grain arrow, 550 grain arrow, and I shot it out of that switchback, we might get more penetration. I don't know, I don't have one here. But you take this very heavy arrow, you shoot it out of the switchback, this is what you get. This is as real world as it gets. Putting arrows in a hog. For all y'all that have had hogs run off with your arrows, break your arrows off, you find a little bit of blood here and there, here you go. This is exactly what happens. Again, this hog right here is not a monster. Some of y'all have had big hogs walk out in front of you, you shoot them, they run away. Here it is right here. We got a 2-blade, we got a 3-blade, both of them out of what I would consider deer bows. We got a heavy arrow out of a deer bow. We got our heavy arrow out of our omen, which is what I'm calling my hog bow. And then we got this light arrow out of my omen, again, which is what I'm calling my hog bow. Omen's cranked up to 74.5 pounds. Switchback's cranked up to 72 pounds. For all y'all that shoot 60 pound on your draw, you're not even going to get this. So whenever you're shooting these big guys like this, I know a lot of y'all like to get them in, quarter them away. You got to slip in behind the shield. This guy's shield right here actually comes all the way back to here. Right there is where his shield stops. Got shield all the way through. So I'm telling y'all, you're shooting big hogs, you're tired of losing them, you got hogs on your place that aren't that big, that got thick shields, and you're tired of losing them, get you a bow that shoots a bit harder. Quite a few of them out there. Start putting these guys on the ground.